Good afternoon, and welcome to the Spring 2011 College of Liberal Arts Commencement. My name is and I'm the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts. Class of 2011, welcome and congratulations. Today we'll be recognizing our students who have earned the bachelor's degree from the college. I speak for our entire faculty in welcoming you this afternoon and congratulating you for your outstanding accomplishments. Today, we are also streaming the ceremony live over the internet. For the past few years, the college has honored students' requests to broadcast the event so that family and friends who could not attend can see the ceremony. And this includes some who are deployed in war zones with the U.S. military. To all our graduates, today you and your family are celebrating an important milestone in your life. The road has been long and sometimes challenging, but a liberal arts education provides a strong foundation for success. Whether your degree is in the humanities, the social sciences, or foreign languages and cultures, you're leaving the University of Texas at Austin with a profound knowledge in your chosen field. More than that, you leave here knowing how to think critically and independently, how to solve problems, and how to make sense of the world around you. The skills you develop here will allow you to thrive beyond campus, not just today, but for years to come. Right now, you are sitting among some of tomorrow's best economists, historians, language specialists, psychologists, and anthropologists. As we know from our former graduates, many of you will go on to become CEOs of major companies, political and social leaders, teachers, professors, lawyers, and physicians. Our graduates find interesting and fulfilling careers around the world in companies and organizations such as Dell, IBM, Bank of America, Teach for America, and the U.S. Foreign Service. I would also like to thank the outstanding faculty joining me on the stage. The faculty seated here are a small portion of the 600 faculty members in the college. The teaching and service activities of our faculty have shaped your education and your future. And the research they pursue helps all of us better understand our history, society, and culture. I extend my deepest thanks to our faculty whose dedication to the pursuit of knowledge enables the University of Texas at Austin to rank among the top public universities in the country. Today's speaker, alumnus William R. Thomas, is a private investor specializing in the international oil industry. During his career, he has worked on 6 continents in jobs ranging from oil field roughneck to CEO. He has created and led major energy companies. Clearly, he provides a shining example of the leadership, vision, and savvy that we expect from University of Texas graduates. As he'll explain, he also provides a shining example of the value of a liberal arts education, an example to the class of 2011 of what you can accomplish with the critical thinking abilities, communication skills, and knowledge of history and culture with which you are leaving the 40 acres today. Bill graduated from the University of Texas at Austin in 1984 with a degree in economics. He worked for the Pennzoil Company, where he was involved in international oil exploration and production and negotiating new ventures. He then worked at Bankers Trust, advising energy clients worldwide on mergers and acquisitions. From there, Bill went on to lead and create various energy companies in the former Soviet Union, culminating with the Urals Energy Public Company Limited. As CEO, he took that company through 9 corporate acquisitions, a successful initial public offering, and unparalleled growth before retiring in 2007. In 2008, he served as chairman of McCain Victory UK and as a member of the McCain Presidential Transition Team. Today, Bill lives in London with his wife, Laura, a 1981 graduate of the University of Texas at Austin, and their 3 children. So for those of you who may be unsure, concerned, or downright frightened about what awaits you after graduation, I urge you to listen closely to Bill. He will inspire you with his life story of how a strong liberal arts education, together with a great deal of drive, vision, and persistence, can foster success in the years and decades after college. Without further delay, I give you Bill Thomas.
I can't thank you ahead of. Thank you, Randy, for your kind introduction. Deans Flores, Music, and Raisin, department heads and faculty members, it's a privilege to share the stage with you today. Parents and family members, I know how proud you must feel. To the class of 2011, congratulations on a job well done. I assert that the qualities of a liberal arts education are in fact the basis for any successful career, and particularly in business. It's the gift of a liberal arts education to understand and know about the mosaic of a culture, its history, art, and economy. You can't effectively negotiate with someone unless you know who they are and the culture that created them. Critical reasoning is essential to making good decisions. Solid analysis and a consideration of all the parameters of a decision are integral to success in business. You have that training. The ability to communicate effectively is the foundation for leadership and persuasion. Business is a constant process of persuasion. If you can't write and speak persuasively, you have little chance of succeeding in business. Finally, you have the ability to recognize patterns, perceive a connection between disparate events, and integrate knowledge across disciplines. In my experience, it's the business leader who can demonstrate this ability who will be successful. Your education from the College of Liberal Arts is an important asset, precisely because it is varied. Don't listen to those who try to peg you as not having a specific skill set. Your contribution is not that you can perform a function. It is that you are able to think and solve problems. I would guess that some of you today may be like I was when I graduated, a little confused, uncertain about the future. Perhaps you wonder if you made the right choice about a degree, or are concerned about how to get started in a career. Let me assure you that even the most successful among us probably felt that way when we started out. When I finally did graduate, and it took a while longer than usual, I chose a path somewhat less traveled. All I knew at the time was I wanted to be involved in the world of international business, and I thought that the international environment was a chance to set myself apart and to experience the world. Because I had worked earlier as a roughneck in the oil fields of Australia and Brazil, my instinct was to search for a position in the international oil industry. I went through dozens of interviews, pursued leads of all kinds, all to no avail. Truth be told, I was trying to enter an industry that traditionally hired geologists, engineers, or business graduates, and I was neither. Meanwhile, most of my friends and classmates were happily engaged in good-paying career jobs. When we occasionally met, their early success was a grating reminder of my own failure. My job search went on and on for well over a year. Finally, after pursuing one dead end after another, my big break came when an old acquaintance kindly volunteered to introduce me to a senior executive of the Pennzoil Oil Company, at the time one of the largest independent oil companies in Houston. This was my one and only shot at meeting with a high-level oil executive, and I gave it all. I gave it my all. Soon, I had talked my way into a job in the international department, and I went on to start a career in the international oil business. something that was only a distant dream when I graduated. Instead of following the herd, instead of opting for the easy choices, I followed my instinct. Because I didn't give up, I eventually succeeded. Today, be confident that you have the kind of education that will hold you in good stead, no matter what the future may bring. And remember the words of Sir Winston Churchill, an honorary Longhorn if there ever was one, who declared in a speech to students during World War II, "Never give in, never give in, never, 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 in nothing great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense." On that note, I shall give in to good sense and surrender this podium. Thank you. Again, my warmest congratulations on your success, and best of luck in the future. Look hard.
Thank you, Bill. What a compelling personal and professional story, and one that certainly underscores the importance of a liberal arts education. Thank you very much. Now we recognize candidates for bachelor's degrees in liberal arts and students eligible for honors. These honors designations may be subject to change. Not all the grades have been turned in yet. The road to a degree is a long and difficult one. Students in liberal arts are required to complete a minimum of 120 hours of coursework, much of which must be spent studying literature, mathematics, foreign languages, the arts and sciences, and a variety of other topics. In reaching this point, bachelor's degree candidates have demonstrated their facility in all of these fields and have established a foundation to read critically and think independently for the rest of their lives. The candidates will walk across the stage as their names are read and will receive a letter of congratulations. A photographer will capture this special moment for each student. Our degree candidates have shown that they represent what is best about the university. They will go on to careers in organizations throughout the world, will continue their education in graduate or medical school, or will serve their country through working in our school systems or serving abroad. Regardless of the paths they choose, I am confident they will continue to succeed and demonstrate the value of a strong liberal arts education. Two members of our faculty will take turns reading the names of the graduates as they cross the stage. Professor Elizabeth Richmond Garza, Director of the Program in Comparative Literature, and Professor Thomas Garza, Director of the Texas Language Center.
Carrie Casey McAllister, Geography. Andrea Leitran, Geography. Susan Quinn, Geography. Sherry Albert Garza, Geography. William Walker Mabry, Government. Chris M. Song, Geography. Justin Earl Smith, Geography. Christine Elise McManaman, Geography. Justin Paul Bustamante, Government. Shauna Danae Fletcher, Government. Joshua Garrett Brown, Geography. Rebecca Walkup Davis, Geography. Megan Alice McDonald, Geography with high honors. Sarah Elizabeth Blaisdell, Geography. Elizabeth Elise Etzel, Geography. Robert Samuel Bunch, Geography. Martha Suzanne Smith, Urban Studies. Tyler Chapin Harris, Urban Studies and Geography. Kim Son Win Duan, Urban Studies with Special Honors and Geography. Jarrett Anthony Johnson, Geography and Economics. Jessica Ollie Murray, Geography. Alexander Michael Medina, Urban Studies. Alistair John McKibben, Geography. Samri Khan, Government. Gilan Merwaji, Economics and Government. Melissa Butts, Government and History. Kristen Nicole Donchuk, Urban Studies. Darian Willis Dixon, Urban Studies. Ishel Urban Studies. Matthew Emerson Curran, Government. Susan Michelle Gogol, Government. Gabrielle Stewart, Government. Maria Jose Brown, Government. Ali Eliza Mahan, Government.
Michael Diego Cuellar, Economics.
But I say that we are incredibly proud of all that you've accomplished here. We also cannot wait to see the great things you will accomplish in your lives to come. But remember that your relationship with the College of Liberal Arts does not end today. I want to keep you connected to your alma mater, and as a gift for your graduation, I'm giving each of you a one-year membership to the Texas Exes. Leaving the 40 acres doesn't mean you have to leave UT behind. I hope you will enjoy your membership and over the next year and get involved in the Texas Exes group wherever you are in the world. If you are planning to attend tomorrow evening's university-wide commencement ceremony, please know that the seating for degree candidates is only guaranteed to those presenting a ticket at the start of the grand procession. Free procession tickets are available from the Erwin Center and the Texas Performing Arts box offices available at 4 p.m. tomorrow. For the safety of guests, public seating at the tower for the university-wide ceremony tomorrow evening will not open until 5 p.m. Admission is on a first-come, first-served basis, and it is not possible to save seats or stand in aisles. When outdoor seating is at capacity, ushers will direct guests to adjacent indoor sites to view the live telecast. When today's ceremony concludes, there will be a formal recessional with the faculty, followed by the graduates. I ask that the graduates remain standing until the faculty have exited the arena. At that time, the graduates will be directed by the marshals to the exit at the rear of the arena, and then through the Red River doors. We ask that guests exit through the upper levels and meet the graduates outside the building by the flagpole. You've all been here long enough to know that there's one final thing that we have to do here today. Carl Thornton Thompson, the outgoing president of the Liberal Arts Council, will now lead us in the eyes of Texas.
Stadium's over there.
Getting a picture. It is curious to wonder if there's going to be any special security involved.
Before and after.
I don't think there will be.
And look at it, see which way it's going.
It's amazing. You see that?
God.
Non-stop in there.
It's amazing.
What a show.
out in here early. We'll take the pull off if you want. We can do that.
People waiting to get in.
Thank you.
Hey.
Confirmation. Probably already got to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm all there. I'll buy my parents.
Hey, we're right outside of
Whatever you don't spend, because you know, I told you.
Oh, he's trying to take pictures.
Oh, yeah, I'll just go ahead.
Thank you.
What's wrong with this?
So much for that shower.
No, we go here or midway.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Department of Economics graduates of 2011. It is our pleasure to introduce the chairman of the Department of Economics, Dale O'Straw.
Welcome to the Economic Department Commencement Ceremony of 2011. This is a momentous occasion we've all been looking forward to. Graduating from college is one of the major milestones in life, the rite of passage to the working world, or perhaps even advanced studies. It's difficult to get into UT, and you deserve to be proud to have made it through. Congratulations. We are especially happy to welcome all the parents, family, and friends in the attendance. Your support and encouragement have been instrumental to the success of these graduates. You deserve to be proud of their achievement. I want to convey to everyone that I sincerely believe that your degree in economics has equipped you with tools and insights that will be very valuable for the rest of your life. Economic principles provide one of the essential frameworks for understanding the world. Not only that there's no such thing as a free lunch, but also that incentives and strategic interactions are central to human and business relations. How these small-scale behaviors aggregate and affect the whole economy. How to evaluate cost and benefits, and how to analyze complex consequences in a global economy. In the words of the Texas Commission 125, we endeavored to produce informed, critical thinkers prepared to serve as citizens of the world. And I hope we have succeeded. Now let me point out some distinguished faculty on stage. Today we have Associate Dean Esther Brazen, Vice Provost Dan Slesnick, our Director of Graduate Studies, Dean Corbett, our Director of Undergraduate Studies, Dr. Valerie Bensonica, of course, our guest speaker, Prime Minister Salam Fayyad, and his wife. The marshals today were Eugenio Miravetti, Tom Weisman, and Doug Dacey. Professor Dacey will now introduce our esteemed commencement speaker, Prime Minister Salam Fayyad.
Today we have a very distinguished commencement speaker. I'm especially honored to introduce him. Salam Fayyad was awarded his PhD in economics here in 1986. Now I must mention that he did not select me as one of his teachers. Rather, he was a captive student in my course in macroeconomics only because all graduate students were forced to take that course. However, perhaps the experience of being such a captive gave him the determination never to be a captive again. After rising in the ranks of the International Monetary Fund, he became finance minister and eventually prime minister of the Palestinian Authority. In positions of authority, he was always independent, never captive to Fatah, the ruling party on the West Bank, or Hamas, the ruling party in Gaza. Instead, he struck out on his own to become arguably the most level-headed, high-ranking official in the whole Middle East. Against unbelievable odds, he set out to build a Palestinian state based on democratic principles with a growth-oriented economy. No one would have believed that the West Bank would achieve a rate of growth of 6% during the time he served as prime minister. From 0 to 6% he faced. That is a remarkable achievement. In concluding, I'll stick my neck out with a bold prediction, at least a hope. Sometime in the future, Dr. Fayyad will win a Nobel Peace Prize for his important work toward creating conditions for a two-state solution with Palestine and Israel living together in peace and prosperity. Such an outcome will have a dramatic effect throughout the entire region. And just think of what all of us here can claim. He's one of us. Dr. Fayyad, we are happy and excited to have you back. Students, families, friends, listen well. We are privileged to have this very talented economist prime minister as our commencement speaker today. Dr. Keynote.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Daisy, for these kind words of welcome. I need not tell you that I'm not nearly as deserving as Dr. Daisy is generous. And what he did not do is to announce an accent alert. But when he understood that, that's good. So I have a shot at being able to do this right. I'm honored to be with you here today on your commencement from one of the finest universities in the world. Exactly 25 years after my graduation from the University of Texas Economics Department. And I want to begin by expressing my utmost gratitude to Dr. Daisy, Chairman Starr, and the UT Economics community. I know that a lot went into arranging for me to be here with you today. So for that, and everything you have done, I'm ever so indebted. I'm also grateful to all my professors, my mentors, both from here and in private educational institutions. I have classmates and friends, all of whom have played an important role in fulfilling my potential, intellectual, personal, and professional. Of course, I'm sure you can all relate to this. The utmost fulfillment on graduation day comes from feeling the pride of your family, watching you receive your diploma on stage. It is a feeling that I would never forget to acknowledge in any academic setting, as I truly believe that the importance of scholastic achievement is deeply anchored in the whole. For me, anyway, it was something my late mother had instilled in me, an endeavor whose importance my father never failed to impress upon me in my pursuit of education and higher education. Certainly a lot has happened in my life over the past 25 years. I now have a family of my own, and I'm proud to have 3/4 of it with me here today. My son Khalid has, as of yesterday, joined me in my long-held pride of being a UT alumnus, although I would always count it against him that he did not graduate from the economics department. We expect and all of it. I may be pushing it a little here, but that is true to the thrust of what I'm trying to say. And to the extent that goes beyond the family claim, in connection with other majors or disciplines. The same way we use the assets of economics being at its core about identifying choices or possibilities for the conditions of service or resource on sale. This makes economics a fundamental exercise. It also makes it potentially highly useful when it comes to surviving life for others. If, as an analytical framework, or if you will, as a way of thinking, it is combined with the elements of success, whatever your three choices may be. But particularly what here among sees is something which economics, the way of thinking, truly inspires, and that is passion. As members of the great institution that is the University of Texas, there is little risk that any of you may be low of passion. Surely, through its long-standing tradition of fostering strong and strong sense of community and education, you inspire our passion amongst those who have had the privilege of attending. I know that all of you possess the strength, resilience, and passion, having achieved what we have achieved. And That is what we celebrate together today. Plus, strategic application of economics as a way of thinking, in this case, a way of thinking about enabling Palestinians to live as we people with dignity in a country of our own. And more generally, a unique way of thinking about attaining social justice, bridging gaps of inequality, and allowing people to find fulfillment through self-God. In closing, to the moms and dads and audience who counted the days with this moment of joy, I say congratulations. This is a moment for you to enjoy, just as it is for the graduates, the class of 2011, to whom I also say, go out and hook it. Thank you so much.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to present awards to several faculty and staff for their loyal and devoted service. For outstanding contributions to the graduate program, we recognize Professor Jason Alumni, who has served as graduate advisor, guiding grad students through the maze of requirements, finding dissertation supervisors, and eventually a rewarding job. Now recognize some special guests.
We're going to recognize three very important groups of students now. The first group is Omicron Deltas, or ODE at UT. ODE at UT is the UT chapter of the International Economics Honor Society. It was established in 1959 and is sponsored by the Department of Economics.
Marshals, please assemble the graduates of 2011. While the graduates line up, let me take this opportunity to make two announcements. Seating for the degree candidates at the Saturday evening ceremony is only guaranteed to those presenting the procession ticket at the start of the grand procession. Pre-procession tickets are available from the Erwin Center and the Dance and Performing Arts boxes up to 4 p.m. today. For the safety of guests, only seating at the Tower of the University-wide ceremony will not open until 5 p.m. Admission is on a first served basis, so everyone has the opportunity to seat. It is not possible to save seats or stand in the aisles. The area must have free obstacles, so please keep items that cannot be stored under your chair in your vehicle.
Sarah and Hodges Economics. Philip Charles Booth Economics. Adriana Garcia Martinez.
Graduates, all rise. Graduates of 2011, it is time to flip your tassel from right to left. You are now part of one of the largest and most powerful alumni networks in the world. The Texas Exes Alumni Association is fighting hard to protect the value of your degree against those voices who would undo 50 years of progress that has made UT Austin a Tier 1 research university. Become a member to support your alma mater and your future. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the many people who have helped plan and produce this commencement ceremony. Our Speaker, Prime Minister Fayyad, the faculty members, the staff of the Gregory Gym, the university's ceremonial brass band, friends and guests, and last but not least, all the staff of the economics department, and especially Prince Jane. You are all invited to a reception immediately following the ceremony in the Economics Building, just beyond the new Student Activity Center on the right as you go out. At the end of singing Eyes of Texas, the faculty will recess first, and then the graduates will recess from the facility down the front steps to the plaza. We ask that family and friends follow by exiting through the doors opposite the stage, then out through the vestibule. The passenger elevator outside the southwest entrance will be available for individuals with mobility impairments. Thank you for your cooperation. We will now conclude our program with the traditional singing of the alma mater of the University of Texas at Austin, the Eyes of Texas. Everyone, please stand now and join in singing.
we're going to... I think we're going to some barbecue thing. I have some extended family here.
Okay, well, we'll see you. Which camera? Up there. He's got the thumb going there.
Oh, you got the...
Just cuz.
What's going on? It's not
MazzJohn, can you take one more minute face onward looking?
Awesome. Turn your bag around or something. Turn the pouch around. Okay, Mark. Next one. Oh yeah, Dad. He said he was right below us, but we didn't know that.
If we were... parallel,
I could probably carry it something and push it by itself.
Yeah. Alright.
Put a hat on. What's with the beard?
It's a gown.
Oh, it's like graduation. This one better than that, huh? Otherwise, I gotta find them. We were on one side of the hotel, and the lightning was. As long as they got a bathroom, right, Janine?
Yes, ma'am.
Changing your shorts? Are you fine? Now, quick deal.
You just have to find out what they want and tell me. I'll give you
That's a light bulb scary.
You take them in order.
I can do both. I can do paper and I can do.
Hey, clunk, clunk.
The wording is.
You can lick it, Jim. Oh, you gonna take it, Mom?
I took a picture
Thanks,
of it.
Thomas. You did a good job with cake.
You're welcome.
Do I have to blow something out?
Oh, yeah.
As long as it's not your nose, yeah.
Probably take that off and candles.
Just give us,
Do I blow that thing off?
no.
No,
Just
how
give
about
a little speech of economic policy.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
Economic outlook for mom.
Thanks for supplying money for college because I demanded it.
Oh, supply and demand. Okay. Can I look it?
Yeah.
And put it over your head. Yeah, do it. No, Mom, no. Stick it tape. Beautiful.
Alright, I'll eat the little rose on top.
You like the
I'll eat
rose?
the rest.
I want to get the oh wait, Laura's probably gonna promise.
Slice it, Jarrett.
This one?
This is good. Thank you.
It's like we're making a commercial.
JJ Williams, that's what JJ Williams did.
I'm not doing that at first. It's actually really hard to cut.
Brendan.
water bladder to go inside it.
Oh, okay.
What'd you think?
I don't know. Tennis racket?
Okay.
With water in it?
Thomas, there's something else in there.
Oh,
How about the
cool.
stick? Oh.
What is that?
It's a knife. It's strong and it has corrosion resistance. And it's also for easy carrying.
What's that other thing? He's
I don't
still
know.
looking.
There's nothing else
Yes,
in there.
so. Oh, okay. Right, so,
And there's no flashlight?
He has a flashlight already.
yeah, I have a flashlight.
I gave it to him a long time ago. Hopefully it's still the same one. Brendan, come on.
Oh, he's not done yet.
You have to hand it to him.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool. Yeah, I needed one of these.
Orange.
Judging by last time.
Orange.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, did you find that or is that just luck? Oh, I was gonna
Well,
ask you that.
Go my father.
A water bottle holder?
It's got a water bottle holder. It has at the bottom.
Like underneath?
Underneath,
Oh, wow.
you pop this out, and it's a rain cover of the whole thing. You just flip it out, and it's a shell that covers the whole backpack.
That's pretty cool. And is it long enough to like keep your head too?
No.
I mean, we got a ways, Mom. The Capitol's where you need to make your right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's getting kind of backed up already.
I guess you can move well.
Well, that bus is right there. I thought I'd try to get
Yeah.
around him. Cesar Chavez.
All right. Yeah, we're near the Capitol. We're near the Capitol, so.
I can't remember. Like well, I get asked now all the time to write recs and stuff, and I wanted to know.
Guys, you in the name of the Father.
All right.
None of us got here on our own. As we get ready to move on to the next stage of our lives, let not only the knowledge you received here guide you, but take inspiration from those that pushed you and made you better. Each piece of knowledge and every belief began with the efforts of someone or something in your lives. As we greet the future awaiting us, we have the opportunity to be that figure for countless others. It is true that what starts here changes the world, but I take pride in being part of a class that embodies the fact that those who start here change the world for the better. Thank you, congratulations, and hook 'em horns.
Good evening and welcome to the 128th Spring Commencement of the University of Texas at Austin. The University of Texas has convened every May since 1884 to salute our graduates. In 1884, we honored 13 degree candidates. This year, we honor 7,330. That's more than 7,000 unique paths leading here to the main mall. It's a big night, and I'm glad that everyone here is with us to help celebrate. Joining me on the platform this evening are distinguished leaders representing students, faculty, staff, alumni, and administration. Graduates, this is a time for celebration and a time to remember those who helped you along the way. Commencement is a family affair. And so we're joined tonight by generations of family members. And I want to give to all of those family members a very special welcome to the 40 acres. This year we have graduates from 168 of Texas's 254 counties, from all 50 states of the United States and Puerto Rico, and from 78 foreign countries. Okay. Size and diversity among our university's greatest strengths. Throughout our history, we've welcomed students who have come here seeking knowledge, expertise, inspiration, and opportunity. I'm impressed by the stories of achievement and the persistence that have brought the class of 2011 to the main mall here tonight. University of Texas at Austin. But graduates, you didn't accomplish this alone. Parents who are here tonight, I know your pride, and I share in your celebration because tonight I'm not just a university officer, but I'm also a proud parent of a new graduate in the College of Communication. So now I invite the class of 2011 to say thank you to these special people in our lives. So with the families, spouses, partners, and supporting friends of our graduates, will you all please rise so we can show our appreciation for you. I'd like to ask all of the faculty members who are on my side, all of our faculty members, to stand and let us thank you for your contributions in educating the class of 2011. Well, thank you, Scott. Of course, Scott's a public figure, but many of our students work in the background without public recognition to make this a very special place. And this evening's program is a great example of that. Students from the Department of Theater and Dance have produced the lighting effects that you're watching on the main building. Student performing groups from the Butler School of Music are contributing their musical talent from the keynote speaker of UT's 128th commencement. And let me start with these words. I've always believed that the United States is the greatest country on earth because women have become full participants in our society. When 100% of the nation's brain power is put to work, the result is exponentially improved. Those words begin the book, Leading Ladies, by United States Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison. And of course, Senator Hutchinson's own life exemplifies the very qualities about which she writes so well. Born in Galveston and raised in Lamarck, Senator Hutchinson's Texas roots run deep. Her great-great-grandfather, Charles Taylor, signed the Declaration of Texas Independence. Her Longhorn credentials are impeccable. As a student, she lived in Kinsolving Dormitory, was a Longhorn cheerleader, worked on the Cactus Yearbook, and served on the union committees and in student government. She earned her UT degree in 1967, her UT law degree in 1967, and she's never really left our university, nor has our university ever left her. We like to think that it was her activity in this place that helped her prepare for a life of leadership, both down the street behind you, where she served in the Texas House of Representatives in the 1970s, and as our state's treasurer in the early 1990s, and in Washington, where in 1993, she became the first woman to represent Texas in the United States Senate. For the last 18 years, she's been a major force in Congress, from defense and homeland security to education and federal science policy. In 2004, she co-founded the Academy of Medicine, Engineering, and Science of Texas, which raises the profile of Texas as a leader in science and technological innovation. She's been a powerful advocate for Texas and a true friend of our university. And she is a distinguished alumna of the University of Texas. So please welcome Senior United States Senator from the state of Texas, the Honorable Kay Bailey Hutchinson.
University of Texas class of 2011, you've done it. As you leave these beloved 40 acres, some of you will set out for new destinations and new challenges all across the nation or even the world. So on behalf of the state, I'll say we expect y'all to come back, because every Longhorn eventually does. I want you to remember these things while you're away. In Texas, it's always appropriate to attend a formal event in your best clothes, your finest jewelry, and your cowboy boots. In Texas, when you order a diet drink, you know to expect a margarita without salt. In Texas, the local papers cover national and international news on one page, and it takes 6 to cover high school sports. And of course, you will check the Longhorn home game schedule before you plan your weddings. That's right, no matter where you go and how long you're there, you'll always carry the pride of being a Texas Ex. I certainly do. I bleed orange and white, and I've been known to write and call our coaches when things are going well and when they're not going so well. Your graduation today isn't happening to you. You made it happen. You are not here by chance. You are here by choice. Unless, of course, your parent is one of those I have known who said, "My child, you can choose any college you want to go to. If you go to the University of Texas, I'll pay for it." Well, I want to talk about our history a little bit. In 1883, a quality public university was the highest priority for our Texas founding fathers. They set aside 42 million acres of land for one purpose: so that its earnings would support a university of the first class that would be available for Texas students. And that objective has been achieved and protected and passed down through our state's history. So what we see at the University of Texas today is a fulfillment of the founder's dream. A public university that is accessible to all, based on merit, with the respect and reputation of the best private university anywhere in the world. Rex Tillerson earned his undergraduate degree in UT's Exceptional Engineering Department. And he was a member of the Great Longhorn Band. And he is the CEO of one of the world's largest corporations, ExxonMobil. As a pre-med student, Michael Dell started a small computer upgrading business out of Dobie Center. And by the age of 27, was the youngest ever CEO of a Fortune 500 company. And then there is Vice Admiral William McRaven, who has recently become one of our nation's most famous Navy SEALs. Each generation that has benefited from the freedom won and protected our nation's history has shouldered the responsibility to assure the greatness of America. We've seen tonight some examples already of those of your generation who have already stepped up to the plate. Each generation has been confronted with different challenges, and so I will say tonight, or I will ask the question, what will your calling be? My time in public service is coming to a close. I want to share with you my observation on the biggest challenge I see our country facing during your area and your era of leadership. Cicero once said, "The enemy is within our gates," saying, we will not be defeated by outside forces. In America, there is no outside force that can destroy us. The only way our country can be defeated is if America loses its unity. If too many think of freedom in terms of their own self-interest, rather than the interest of preserving a unified purpose, then and only then would we fall from within. New York Times columnist David Brooks observed recently, public spiritedness, as exemplified by early leaders like George Washington, was about self-restraint, subordinating personal comfort or wishes for the good of the whole. Being an American isn't just about reaping the benefits of our liberties. It's about reinforcing them through service and even sacrifice for the greater good, always putting America first. America is proud of its heritage of welcoming the best and brightest from all over the world, who seek to become citizens in our great country, to do their research in our great country, to take leadership in our great country. It is what built our country. If we always remember what binds us, America will remain the beacon of freedom to the world and the model of democracy for the world. That is my big picture view. My last pearl of wisdom is gathered from my life experience, and it's summed up by the great philosopher, Dr. Seuss. Your life will inevitably include failure. Yep. You won't always win. But without failure, how would you learn and grow? I can say from experience, failure is a better teacher than success. Dr. Seuss said it even better. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest, except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. But on you will go though the weather be foul. On you will go though your enemies prowl. Onward up many a brightening creek. Though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far. And face up to your problems, whatever they are. Will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. So the cliff notes of my speech tonight: every citizen must put the interest of America first, and we will maintain our strength. Loyalty to your alma mater will maintain the prestige of your hard-earned degree. Finally, you're on your journey of life. When you confront obstacles, leap over or detour around, but don't ever give up. UT has shaped you, now you will shape the world. God bless you, God bless Texas, and hook 'em horns forever.
As I said earlier, our great university has never left you and you've never left us. So we count you as a great friend of this university family. And now it's time to recognize all of you, our degree candidates. And I'll ask our provost, Dr. Stephen Wesley, Executive Vice President and Provost, to preside over the degree conferrals. Dr. Wesley?
Thank you, President Powers. President Powers, academic deans will now certify candidates for their respective degrees. Dean Frederick Steiner will certify degree candidates for the School of Architecture.
Degree candidates in the School of Architecture, please rise and remain standing. Standing before you are the outstanding graduates in design and planning who will create a more sustainable and beautiful future. From the campus that surrounds you, to the buildings and cities you will live in, to the parks you will play in.
Dean Randy Deal will certify degree candidates from the College of Liberal Arts.
Degree candidates from the College of Liberal Arts, please remain standing. Provost Wesley, and President Powers, I present to you a group of graduates who are leaving the 40 acres armed with the knowledge and skills needed to lead the world. They have the power to think critically, to argue effectively, and to make sense of the global community and changes that await us all. As their commencement speaker, Bill Thomas, told them yesterday, their contribution is not that they can perform a function, it is that they can solve problems. I am confident they will go forward and do just that and change the world for the better. President Powers, on behalf of the general faculty and the faculty of the College of Liberal Arts, I certify to you that the candidates standing before you and those whose names will appear in the official program have completed all of their academic requirements and are entitled to receive their respective degrees. Hook 'em horns and be seated.
candidates present this evening, and all those whose names will appear in the official program have been certified by their deans. They are now entitled to receive their respective degrees.
Well, thank you, Provost Leslie. And now, will all of the candidates for academic degrees please rise? And now, by the virtue of the authority delegated to me by the Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of the General Faculty of the University, I now confer upon each of you the respective academic degree for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations connected with that degree. Congratulations to all of you. Graduates of the University of Texas at Austin, as you venture forth from this campus to become the creative thinkers and leaders of a new era, remember, what starts here changes the world. Draw strength from the values of this institution, the quest for knowledge, truth, and freedom. Lead with integrity. And never forget the responsibility that each of us shares to make the world a better place. As a community, we're bound together by a powerful purpose to transform lives for the betterment of society. No matter where you're from or where you're going, you are now and forever identified with Texas. Take the boundless spirit of Texas, the spirit that nothing is impossible with you, wherever life may lead. The University of Texas is now your alma mater, your foster mother, a place where you'll always be welcome, and a place you can always call home. Graduates, I salute you. Good luck, Godspeed, and remember, the eyes of Texas will always be upon you. of our students. To all of you graduates, once again, congratulations and Godspeed. Good night, and please drive carefully.